Okay, coming back to the unity of purpose for the Gbagyi Nation and what the present situation is, I would tell you most honestly that it has not been a very pleasant one. And just like many nations, we are challenged with leadership. That may be attributable to the nature of our history, moving from one place to the other in search of peace and prosperity. But with the relative peace and tranquility that mankind has been able to enjoy over time, we ought to have transcended that point of not having a unifying and rallying point. It is disappointing, I will say, that the Gbagyi Nation has not been able to produce a national leadership. We have been trying on our own to see how much of what we can do to bring people together. And when I say we, I'm not limiting it to myself or my family, but I'm talking of the group of young and older people that have been having several activities from the background to ensure that we transcend the issues of dialect, we transcend the issue of location, and so on. Most recently, I was visited by a certain group called the Gbagyi. And if you notice from the name, it's a fusion of dialects. If you were to go by our own dialect, you say Salasi. But because of that integration, there was a merger of the name. I became intrigued by the activity, not because they simply were trying to bring up an association. No. Their idea is to see how they could promote unity and cross the boundaries of limitation between the other enclaves of the Gbagyi people. Even though the activity started in Niger, they are making some significant progress. The activity is crossing into the FCT, and I'm aware also that the FCT people have also embraced it and is moving towards Kaduna now. Of course, it's going to Nasarawa also, going to Kogi State, where we have quite a large number of the Gbagyi Nation residents there. But you know, there seems to be something that worries me the most, which is the attitude of the Gbagyi elite, the thought of individualization, trying to be, if it is not me, then it is nobody else. I will say it without fear, or I don't have any worries for that. I'm talking to my people, and I'm sure my people will be listening to me. Until the day the Gbagyi man decides and knows that leadership is key to development, we will continue to wallow around like the lost people of Pharaoh. And this also goes to the Nigerian state, because we are also moving in that direction. We have decided to reduce humanity to religion, to tribe, to sentiments, to social class, and so on and so forth. Until the day we decide to come back and say that humanity is 99% the same. 2.5% we don't know. 2.5% we think we know. That majority will always carry the day. And minority of thought will always give you zero. Nigerians must learn to accept that, particularly the Gbagyi people. This is the time we, as a Gbagyi people, are a resilient people. We are people of history. We're a people of pride. We're a people of great economic value to West Africa, not only Nigeria. You find us as far as Maiduguri. You find us as far as Saudi Arabia. You find us at, there is one unconfirmed history of a settlement of people, large settlement of people in Sudan, with 100% language, attitude, culture of the Gbagyi people in Sudan, way back in Sudan. And then the last episode of the mistaken identity of terrorists in a place called Buari in Maiduguri. I would be interested in knowing the history of that people. Though the Buari is spelled, I don't know if it's by error, it's Buari. But I am very sure, probably we have uncles and aunties that are there that don't know us and we know. But until the Gbagyi Nation decides to follow a certain trend of leadership, a centralized trend of leadership, to believe that they one people, they one culture, and they strong people, it's going to be very difficult for us to make meaning out of our lives. And I pray that the activities of the Gbagyi Saasi, in all honesty, if they continue as they are, we are not going to be too far from redeeming ourselves from these errors that we have engaged in for a very long time.
Okay, I was going to ask you a question, but I think you answered that. I'll say actually, I was going to.
Is this part of the interview?
This is the last question. I was wondering why in Nigeria into our numbers, why we have never produced a government yet.
This part of the question, I would rather not answer it for strategic reasons, please. Okay. I will answer it off camera.
Okay. Now we can cut.